Having fun out there?
Did you love the sound of that? I hope you don't mind that I stole your beret and your...
And my jacket, yeah. I guess since we're talking about Super 8, he decided to be really fancy.
No, my hair looks like crap and I don't know where my hat is. Super 8 just has this beautiful, organic, any kind of film quality to it. And like when I think of memories of when I was a kid or stuff like that, Super 8 just feels like how it was for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. This is so nostalgic. Oh,
what if I put on these glasses?
yeah, you seem like such a appreciator of art now.
Okay, so today we're gonna show you how to emulate the look of 8mm film in the computer. It's a lot easier. Shooting on this guy here is just way too expensive and too long. You have to send your footage off and have them ship it back to you after they develop it. It takes forever. Nowadays, I think we've come pretty close to, I mean, you're never gonna 100% recreate this look. I think this method we came up with is gonna get us really close.
Yeah, I do think so. And today we're gonna share with you.
Yes, so tip number 1, Tiffin Black Pro Mist filter. You don't have to buy one. You can totally do it without one, but it makes so much of a difference. Like your highlights bloom just like it does on film. It's kind of like a little magic filter, and it's really my secret to really getting that 8mm film look or any kind of film look.
Yeah, it's really awesome, and in case you want to get it, we're gonna include the link in the description. Another thing that we want to talk about, tip number 2, is to use wide-angle lens with as high of an aperture as possible, just because you want to make sure that your depth of field is very high and everything is in focus.
Yeah, I think the name of the game is just to kind of do what you would do with a Super 8 camera. So be shaky, zoom in a lot, do all those type of things.
And I think another thing that you should pay attention to is to be true to this time period you're shooting in. For example, if you are trying to recreate the look of 70s, dress like 70s. If you're trying to recreate the look of 80s, dress appropriately so.
Okay, so we're gonna dive on in. How do I do this? Dive into DaVinci Resolve, where we're gonna show you how we color grade this. But none of this is important really, because I'm just gonna give you the LUT that you can download in the description and put it on your footage. I'm just showing you how it works. All right, so we're in Resolve. You don't have to do this in Resolve. You can do it in whatever editing software you're using, because all we're using is the curves. It's really all you need to do this. So basically, you're gonna jump into every channel. So I'm gonna jump into the red channel, and I'm gonna basically do an S-curve on every channel. For those of you that don't know what we're doing, we're basically cross-processing. So we're adding green to the highlights and taking green out of the shadows. Anyways, so you just kind of mess it all up till it looks all screwed up. That's all you're really doing, is coming up with a color that just looks very, I think kind of like this magenta kind of works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. And the other thing that we're gonna wanna do is
Wash out shadows.
Wash out the shadows, that's right. So we're gonna pull this down. I said that
So artsy.
And kind of lift our shadows a little bit. And that's really gonna give us that kind of chalky film look. And from about right there, it's add the highlights a little bit. That's around where you're gonna wanna be. Somewhere like that. This looks very crappy, which is what you want.
Exactly, you want it shaky, as unprofessional as possible, so go for it.
So from here on out, you're gonna export out of Resolve, and I'm gonna jump into Premiere. All right, so we're in Premiere Pro. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is drop in your footage and go to your effects and type in posterize. Posterize time. Drop that on your footage. All it's doing is, it's taking your footage from whatever frame rate you shot in, and it's going to posterize it, so to speak, to whatever frame rate you want. Now, Super 8 film is usually shot in 18 frames per second. You can stay with 24. Some Super 8 films actually shoot 24, but for the sake of being true to the majority of Super 8, we're gonna go with 18 frames per second. And if you play that back, you see how you get this kind of like choppy type of effect? That's cool, that's what you want. Secondly, you're gonna wanna go in and reduce the sharpness.
Yeah, because Super 8 film was very soft, and that's exactly what we want.
So after you soften that up a little bit and knock the digital edge off, you're gonna wanna drop on a film overlay.
And that makes the whole difference.
It makes a huge difference. You're gonna wanna go click on your film overlay and just literally switch the blending mode to overlay. Yeah, and we're going to include that in the description too for free for you to download. I found it for free. I don't know whose it is, so thank you whoever did that. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
So as you see from there, now it's really starting to look a lot more like 8mm film. Gosh, that looks so good.
It does.
It's so nostalgic. It gives me the warm fuzzies.
Yeah, it just looks totally like my childhood.
Yeah, so after you get that on, I mean, you're pretty much there at that point. Now, there's one thing that you could do to even sell your effect farther if you want, and that's to crop it in a 4:3 ratio. So in order to do that, go to your project, add a new, where is it?
Lost it.
Adjustment layer. Add an adjustment layer, drag that over your footage, and go into your effects box and type in crop, and drag that onto your footage. Now all you're gonna do is literally crop the right, just turn it up a little bit. Let's see how it's turned off. I don't know, I'd say maybe like 18%, and then do the left on 18. Let's see. There you go, and now you're in 4:3, and that kind of helps, I don't know, sell that 8mm look a little more. I personally like it without it though.
Yeah, me too.
And that's how you create the look of 8mm film.
Yeah, not that hard, guys. Much cheaper and less time consuming.
Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Aaron and Kat, why in the world would I go through all this when there's an app on my phone that'll do all this for me?
And you're right, there is an app, and we actually used it ourselves, and it's not that bad, but it's so much better if you're doing it like this. It's extra effort, but it's totally worth it to me.
Way worth it. All the worth it.
All the extra worth it.
All the.
Yes.
We will see you guys on the next one.
And as always, guys, we really appreciate you and your time and your support.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now go make amazing Super 8 footage.
We believe in you.
I believe in you with all of my whole heart.
All heart.
Whole heart.
Whole heart.
Whole. All right, bye.